Mr. Harris, on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, the defendant, as we discussed in chambers, continues to test positive. It appears she needs a higher level of care. Well, through DeCoach, that she be placed in residential treatment. We also will request $250 in laboratory fees. That would be to the Franklin Police Department. There's also a weapon involved. We would ask that be forfeited and destroyed.
Officer Torek, what's the recommendation of probation?
Your Honor, probation does think that Mrs. Poole is amenable to community control. Her positive drug test at DeCoach earlier this month.
Wait, hold on, Officer Torek. Why do you keep shaking your head, Miss Poole?
Because I'm clean.
No, you are not clean.
Sir, I'm doing the programs. I'm meeting with my counselor. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the medicine I've been taking for my seizures. I don't know what it is, but I swear to you on everything I love, I'm not doing anything. I wouldn't do it again. I don't want to. I've got 2 jobs. I'm keeping busy and keeping occupied with other things. I don't know what happened. I really don't.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Officer Torek.
I was informed that she did have a positive confirmed test at DeCoach on the 10th of this month. She tested positive again today. The recommendation from treatment at the time of her assessment was for outpatient. However, considering the positive test that was confirmed by DeCoach on the 10th and the 21st, which is being today prior to court, there is a recommendation that there should be at least an increased level of care.
Are we sending today's test out?
Yes.
And we don't have the results of the oral swab?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Because Officer Conroy, your position is she's not even close to being clean, right?
That's my position. When I tested her this morning, her sample was bright green, which is a sign to us that she was possibly using something to alter the test or flush her system.
I have a kidney infection. I'm on antibiotics. I only have 1 kidney. I've passed every other drug test. I honestly don't understand what's going on.
Here's where we're at, Mrs. Poole. The recommendation of Officer Torek's pretty good recommendation to send you to residential treatment. That seems like the way to go, but I'm not going to do that.
Wow. That right there completely changed the direction of this case. Up until this moment, the court was still discussing treatment options, counseling, and increased supervision. But the second the judge felt that honesty was missing, everything shifted toward prison time instead. And this is something a lot of people misunderstand about drug court cases. Sometimes the failed test matters less than whether the judge believes the defendant is being truthful. Miss Poole keeps insisting she's clean, blaming medication and medical issues. But probation officers are pointing to altered samples and repeated positives. So now the courtroom is stuck between 2 possibilities. Is this someone genuinely struggling and scared, or someone still manipulating the system? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the judge moved too fast here? Or was this the right call?
I'm going to send you to prison.
Please don't.
I am, because you will, if you don't acknowledge that you are not clean, then there's nothing I can do. But I am going to wait until we get confirmed positive tests. I want to know for sure, 100%. So I'm going to take Ms. Poole into custody today. We're going to reset this for sentencing in a couple of weeks when we have the results.
Please don't, sir. Please. Please, I swear.
Not doing anything today, Ms. Poole, but we're going to know when we get those oral. We'll get the oral swab back from last week, and we'll get the drug test. We'll send one out from today. Then we'll know if you are clean or if you are
I'm not going anywhere.
not being honest. So, Mr. Madden, we're going to continue this out a couple of weeks and get a sentencing date with Ms. Idle.
I'll do that. Thank you.
All right, that's all.
Oh, God.
Just email me as soon as we get results. Present before the court is Ms. Poole, right?
Yes, sir.
Represented by Mr. Madden. We have Mr. Harris in the prosecutor's office, Officers Torek, Conroy from Court Services. We are here today for sentencing. All right, Mr. Harris, on behalf of the state.
Your Honor, as the court's aware, the defendant continued to test positive while on supervision, and that being prior to sentencing. She denied use. That had to be sent off to the lab. Since the last time we were before the court, she has a new case that is pending that was developed while she was in our jail. We do not feel she is amenable to community control at this time, and we would ask you to impose a prison sentence.
Officer Torek, Officer Conroy, anything from court services?
Nothing further.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Madden?
All right, I went to speak with Rachel yesterday in jail and had a long talk with her about the situation. We talked about honesty and how I guess she hasn't always been honest with me or with you, and she expressed regret for that. She told me she wrote you a letter apologizing for lying to you. The coach program is something she really liked to do. She says she's finished with this lifestyle. She's 47 years old. She takes care of horses. She's very genuinely a nice person, but obviously she has a drug issue that how many people involved with drugs don't lie. But she says that she's finished with that and she's changed her life. I know her fiance, Tony's here. He'd like to address the court if you'd be willing to listen to him, and I know she'd like to address you too.
Okay, sir, what do you want to tell me?
She's been through some stuff. She's definitely has had an issue with some lies. She's lied straight to me with proof in it. I know that she's had a history. Denial. It's been an ongoing problem. Talking to her these last several times, I believe that, I've heard a difference in her voice. She wants to be done, but not only she wants to be done, I told her she has to be. I will add pressure, and I believe she wants to be better.
All right, thank you, sir. Ms. Poole, you get the last word in this. What do you want to tell me?
I'm so sorry that I lied to you, everybody. I really am. Before, when I was here, I can honestly tell you that I when I got out of here, I had every intention of using again. And I don't right now. I have no desire, and I have had no desire since I was here the last time. I screwed up in a big way, and I am very sorry. I really, truly am. I like.
And this is the moment the entire case collapses. The judge was already frustrated by the failed tests and conflicting explanations, but hearing that she allegedly made calls from jail trying to get meth removed from a car parked outside the courthouse, that completely destroys the credibility of her earlier statements. Notice how the judge's tone changes here. It's no longer about rehabilitation versus punishment. Now it's about accountability and trust. Even her fiancé admitted there had been repeated lies and denial, which only reinforced the court's concerns. Cases like this show how powerful credibility is inside a courtroom. Once a judge believes someone is being dishonest, every explanation afterward becomes harder to believe. Do you think prison will actually help her recover, or would treatment have been the better option?
My counselor, I like the groups. I love Conroy. And I know that I'm a little slow to the punch here, but I'm ready to do it right if you'll find it to allow me to do so.
I will not, Ms. Poole. And here's where I'm at on this, is that at some point, I have to vindicate the system. And I cannot continue to listen to the nonsense that you have spewed at me for all this time. When we were here last, I made a fairly convincing argument about how you didn't know how this got in your system. And Officer Conroy was pretty adamant that you were tampering with the samples or something. I don't even remember what all that was entailed. But you were adamant that you did not use meth, and then you get back to the jail, and then you start calling somebody to get the meth out of the car that's in the parking lot of my courthouse.
I just didn't want anybody to get in trouble for my mistake, sir. I really didn't. And it was Tony that I was talking to. Because I didn't want him to get in trouble, and I knew that it could have been my son that drove my car, and I couldn't let somebody get in trouble for me. And I knew that I was taking a chance when I made that call, sir. I don't mean to interrupt, But you have to know that I couldn't let it happen.
Are you done, Miss Poole?
I'm sorry.
Because it's the same sort of nonsense that I keep getting from you over and over and over again. And while I do agree that you probably do want to do better and that you have an honest desire to do that, you have to answer for the things that you have done in this case. And I think that it would seriously demean the seriousness of this offense and is not consistent with the purposes and principles of sentencing to continue you on probation. So I'm going to order you serve 24 months in prison. I am going to give you credit for the 57 days that you have already done. This includes an optional period of post-release control. That means the adult parole authority can, but is not required to supervise you for up to 2 years after your release. At some point in this pool, you're going to get out of prison, and hopefully you're going to go into treatment when you get out of prison. And you need to realize that there is another path. There is a path of, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to turn from the things that I have been doing, and I hope that you explore that path. Good luck to you, Ms. Poole.
Thank you.
Do we think the prison is here yet, or we don't know?